Let's bring it to the table. Let's bring it to the table. Come on in, take a seat, pull up a chair. This is Let's Bring It to the Table, where we talk about how to enhance our lives by addressing issues that specifically impact us. Today we start anew for 2023, our continued series for the third Wednesday of the month is called Black People Do Better. The topic today is why you let the social media tell you what to think. Here we go. Black conflict. I don't understand why there's so much conflict when there is a such thing as Black unity. But who is to blame for all of this conflict that people claim that is going on today? There, currently, there's no shortfall of attention directed to Black men and Black women relationships. You got books, you have magazines, you have articles. They even have academic journal articles concerning this. You got public forums, you have radio programs, you have television shows, everyday conversation that's always been devoted for the last several years about Black men and Black women and Black people's relationship. Um, there's books about it. It's just this thing about our relationship when it's already been analyzed that we are the low class of life, because of how they see us. For instance, I'm gonna start right here because I don't want the Black men to think I'm gonna leave you out, but I'm gonna tell you something. It's a crying shame that how the media misrepresent our Black men and the effects of how it's felt around the world. But before I dig in, Logan, as a Black man, what do you think? Can't hear you.
Yeah.
As a black male,
Mm-hmm.
I've been social traumatized from all the media work have done towards my gender color. I feel, I think, I don't have to think, I don't have to feel. I know that how the news portrays it been overran in the social media, and like we's the only one that ever do anything wrong. I know
Yeah.
some of us. So I believe it's an injustice for people to think every one of us is in that being treated that way,
Mm-hmm.
to lack respect. And the only time I can be good if I suck up at everybody
Mm-hmm.
in their own culture. Can I have anything?
And you know what? That's just Black people, period. Can we have anything? Can we? What is your thoughts, Alois?
I think he's absolutely right about Black men. They take out Black men for like they're poor Black men. The media take it all out of control, and also have conflicts with like they're not father material. They've lost low self-respect, low self-esteem, and they take all that on our Black men, and that's not true.
That's
So
true.
it's like it's their mindset, but we got to renew our mind to get them back on the right track. Other than
Mm-hmm.
that, they're gonna continue to make our Black men fall.
And it just take one bad apple to make everybody
Mhm.
look bad. And that saying is so true. And it shouldn't be that way. You got Black women saying that Black men ain't fit. Okay.
Mhm.
Is it the one that you dealing with that ain't? That don't make everybody, because I know for a fact my family of Black men, they are something, and there's
Mhm.
something to deal with. So you
That's
can't
right.
categorize them in the fact that you messed up with who you chose.
Right.
So no, we're not doing that. We can't. We're not doing that. It's not fair, for people to believe that you can portray this Black man. And it's just like we're not we're not a type. We are individuals. When you look at you look when you pin a black man and a white man together, they always make us look like the black men are hostile, they're
Mm-hmm.
abusive, they're narcissistic. Not all black men rock that way. It's all in what you see. Even other countries see it that way. We
Mm-hmm.
should we shouldn't take that because society as a whole of what they're trying to portray on us, that we shouldn't even take that as the truth when we already know it's not the truth. How many families black people who has a weak mindset do you think them broke up their homes because of what society say, what social media say, or the news say, of the typical, and you got people looking for that.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. That's why we need to stick together. And true, there's are some black men that don't. It's go both color, both races. All color do the same thing with men. Not don't put our men as a low down as number one. We don't do that. They don't do that. You got to do. It's all races that fall in that category. Not just only our race, but all races, and it need to be changed. Don't look at us like we the poor, low class, don't do nothing. We are awesome. We are a child of the Most High, and they need to consider us that. We're not a third of a percent of a. We were brought to this
Right.
country for a reason. So don't try to
Yep.
downplay us and think we are not what we supposed to be. So we as black
Exactly.
people, our race needs to stick together and not fall apart.
And you are right. You're absolutely right for that. Um, Sarah, what are your thoughts about the of how they portray um how people allow themselves to run with what people are saying in media. Like for instance, there's the men who run behind Kevin Samuels. I don't have a problem with him. I have a problem with his delivery, but it is what it is. He a man, he can say it how he want to say it because he is a black man. I don't have a problem with that. Some people do. They feel like he's supposed to say it to you differently. My thing is, if he ain't your man, why you worried about it?
I got a
I'm listening.
concern about. Ask your question again.
How do you feel about how, especially our black men and women in social media and how they depict and portray us? What do you think about that? What do you when they in a bad light just to get ratings? You have like those there's a couple of groups that the men, it's like they go find the simplest women, as I'm calling them simplest because they throw questions at them in a way to make them look stupid on camera. But then people say, no, she made herself look stupid, when she's trying to justify and explain herself, in order to get a point across.
Okay. Those type of social media, you have some of them that are awful ratings. I am familiar with camp a bunch of the other social media dealing with relationships
Hmm.
uh, between the black man and the black woman, and you're gonna have all types partaking of it. And one of the things that if you go in a relationship, yes, you got guys that talk one way with women and the guys that talk to other ones. A different manner. On Kevin
Samuel.
Samuel viewpoint, he had a different interest of going in.
Hmm.
Some would say ratings. Some would say bringing up the black family back together again, and others, and it helps each one of these people help each others in a particular way. Now, if you go on those type of shows, it doesn't need that type of help. You have no business on there. And the
Right.
reason I'm saying that, because you say you have no problem concerning about a relationship, but those shows are geared towards what? Relationship between a
Mm.
black man and a black woman, or or a man or a woman. When you're talking, it depends on in the tone point. I understand the tone point scientifically because I am not a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the shows cakes towards more towards the woman, some case towards the man viewpoint, and that's what you're asking concerning about the viewpoint. I have no objective concerning about it about the on a social media platform. I have no problem concerning about it. But the problem I do have to the lack of understanding that both of us don't understand each other, and we supposed to be with each other. And we took the understanding of other people that don't know nothing about us unless they read in the book or seen something and make a judgment that that's how our people is.
Mm-hmm.
Our people have the same social structure, but less.
Yep.
That's why they call us a minority. If you go by they strive, no, I don't go by the rest. I'm a person of my own mindset, and I can think for myself without
Right.
being dramatic concerned about it. My things, you got one road to say man's not stepping up the plate. If we stay in the road that we've been since day one, it always going to be a problem because we protect our women's, we provide, protect and provide.
Mm-hmm.
Those two roles ain't too much change. It's one more, but those two roles is never changed for a man towards his other. The way that he provides, that's solely different. In a way that he support his woman is totally different. We live in a society that's geared more on social media or what other people and other nationality got to say about you. And it should not never be like that. Let other nationality have their own viewpoint. They can have their own viewpoint,
About
but
themselves,
make
not about
about
us.
themselves, but not about us. That you
Mm-hmm.
have a right to opinionation, to agree.
Mm-hmm.
That I learned earlier today. Depends on where you at and what you do. You have
Right.
you have that right. But as a black man, and you try to put me as a thief, a robber, a stealer, a con man, a
Aggressor.
floozy, a dog, and everything else. So you can think if I do something and my group don't like it, they call me an Uncle Tom, and they don't even know what an Uncle Tom actually is.
And it's
So
a
I'm
compliment.
saying it's actually a compliment, but you took something that somebody else say socialized as a comment and be literate, and you haven't even read Uncle Tom Cabinet yet.
Yep.
So we need to do our own social media and let our voice speak. And that's why it's a so big a rating now to have rating to have black TV for black to see things in our viewpoint.
Yep.
Everybody else give a their viewpoint,
Right.
but we need to have our own viewpoint, not in a negative sense, but in a positive sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go to the TV. I don't even watch the news because of how they portray us. We are
Right.
90% of the news, and everything is bad. 90% of the news. It's not even safe to watch the weather no more.
It really isn't. It's sad that we've been portrayed this way. We've let other social media, especially this reality crap. It's all for fun and games or whatever. But you have a lot of people that run behind that stuff, and they think this is what you're supposed to implement, and this is the way you supposed to be. You got these women on here, and they are telling women you are supposed to be a taker. Women are not takers. We are nurturers. You getting it mixed up. If you somebody give, you receive. It's a gift. But women are not supposed to be natural takers. And you got these young people and you got some old people. All they want is gimme, 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 gimme. And they are not giving anything in return. Nothing. And that's a conflict in itself.
Mm,
I think some of the things that men are complaining about has a true valid point, because a man wants to give a woman the world, but you got to give something else in return too. It's got to be a balance. You know,
yeah,
can't build on a weak foundation. I'm gonna always say that. And when you're building and everything and it's not balanced, what you think gonna happen? It's
it
gonna fail.
it gonna fail. It take, if I remember correctly, in marketing, the tip scale is about 10%, and anything more than 10%, it's gonna slide off. It's gonna fall off. And long as we still lack the media and everybody else, and no matter how complex the web is, how complex the web of emotion is of the black community across, not just here, across the country and the world, as videos and image and things portray it, floods the internet and social media. Yeah, it's flooding it.
Yeah.
It forms a type of trauma
Mm-hmm.
and mental and emotional draining. It get draining. We get tired of it, and underscore the lack of empathy of people for the people of color. The
Yeah.
empathy. Where is the empathy?
There
We
is none.
always, so when we say start something, and that's why I open my open statement. Can we have anything? Anything we start is taken away.
Yeah.
If we have a justice, somebody's to start leading it, a big leader that is not routed, politic routed and elected, you can count them just about bye bye.
Mm-hmm. And you can use this as an example as well, because and I mean it was blatantly put in our face that we are not, even if we unify, we're not supposed to unify. They are trying their best to shut people down, like TikTok. What was TikTok doing over the holidays? Black women got together and they started their own like follow train, and they broke their algorithm. White women came on and said, "Why can't it be just women?" Black women ignored them. They didn't say anything. Then white women started making black faces to say, "Follow me," or they'll sneak in and put themselves there, and nobody would follow them because we worked on unifying,
Mm,
and they were blank. They was having people blocked. They had people banned. They were doing everything because they couldn't be a part. You see it every. I went out with a girlfriend to a black restaurant uh, this past weekend, and it was funny to me that you don't want to be me. You want to be me, but you don't want the problems that come with being me. And you had these white people coming in there, and it was like they had took over because it was put on social media that this was a good hotspot, which it was. Food was decent. The ambiance was kicking because, like I said, I like a brunch that has it's got the party vibe going on with it. And these white people, they came in and they took over. They even brought their 2-year-old kid to this grown folks affair, and the kid did not want to be there. We don't do that. We don't bring we you know what I'm saying. I've never seen at a grown adult brunch where people were bringing kids, but they brought theirs. And this is just how they were rolling. They were deep in there. I'm glad they had a good time. But you want to be around us so much, so much, and I don't get it. But you think so badly of us. What you got to say, Alois?
They are watching us regardless. You don't think they watching, but they watch everything we do and they copycat it. They copycat us and they know that we are. beautiful.
Yeah.
So they'll do stuff. You think they don't be watching, but they'll be watching everything we do, and they copycat us, and they imitate us a lot,
Hmm.
and they do a lot of surgery, try to change their identity of who they are instead of doing who they are or being who they are. I have seen that. I've seen it going on now today. That I just sit back and shake my head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally it's in the open. You can see it now. They're not hiding anything from us. They're showing it to us in our face.
But we the ones with our eyes open wide
Yeah.
shut and just letting it happen.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
my thing is you have black men that's out here that look at us, black women,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want us, but they want the other races to have our body shape. You and
Mm-hmm.
that's all. They don't want us, but they want them to look like us because they fair skinned it and they this, that, and the whatever, but they don't want us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they say we're aggressive, we don't know how to talk to nobody, but when is it that people gonna understand that being a black woman is hard? It's hard
It
enough
is.
when you're trying to get with someone and they already done judge you before you even got with them because they're thinking that what society say is the truth when they don't even know you. If I say something to you, I have a reason to say something to you. I talk more with the people with my personal group than I do outside of my personal group. Everybody at my job, everybody think I'm quiet until that one day when I said I had enough and I had to say what I had to say. And everybody head looked like it was about to pop up off their neck because they were so shocked because I said something. I don't because of the way they view. They were so shocked. They still talking about that. That happened 3 weeks ago. Why y'all still talking about that? We didn't know you had it in you. It's a lot you don't know about me
That's right. So
because I
don't judge a
choose
book by
not
its
to
cover.
let you label me that way. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Still get labeled that way.
That's right.
And black men are the same way. A black man can say good morning. What you talking to me for?
Mm-hmm.
Why you saying hello to me? I've never done that. Now, if he try to pull on me or if he trying to hold a conversation and I don't want to talk, then I'll get ugly because I said good morning, leave me alone. I don't want to have a conversation with you. I don't want to be bothered because I like to be around who I want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Don't force me
Mm-hmm.
into something I don't want. It gets uncomfortable for me. So even with all that being said, the conflict comes from the what's been betrayed out there. Older women that's over the age of 45 is getting the worst of it. You know, and it's not. It seems like there's no resolution to it.
It won't be a resolution how things going right now because everybody everybody is it's there's a problem. We got to get back used to it. I'm trying to remember before, if you look at dating versus now, you don't too much get to know the person.
You know.
And it depends on the point of the relationship. You just giving all types of names. I could be in a relationship, in a committed relationship, and treating my lady that I'm committed to or she committed to and is made fun of. If I say I want to go home early and fix her bath water, somebody out there on social media got a problem with it.
Yeah, they'll call you a simp.
I'm a simp because I fix her bath water.
But how about you
Mm-hmm.
giving appreciation? And they
Mm-hmm.
do the women the same way. If a woman going home and they carry a man, what you being so submissive, you being a slave. No, that's my
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
And people got to get out of that a woman can't give to her man. She give everything to her man. Whatever it is that he give her, she's gonna multiply it, no matter what it is. He just have to give her the opportunity to do it. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a give and take, and people don't see it that way. It's like I'm gonna take, 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 take. You gonna do what I say, and blah blah blah. They got it all wrong.
Well, they got it all wrong because they took it from the West. Even that we in the West, that you took a culture before you call civilized. And anytime you take another culture out of their culture and teach them their culture, and start following them, if you look at the Western culture, you'll see they demeaning their women,
Mm-hmm.
that they
Yeah.
didn't have no right. What's the problem is in the 1950s and 40s and 30s, while she was fighting her rights, and y'all had it all right,
Yeah.
kind of all right.
Mm-hmm.
She came over there and pulled, come on, join our battle.
Yeah.
But can you get them to join your battle?
No.
You can
And
get
you know
them.
what? And and that irritates me that you always want us to help you. For what?
Yeah.
Don't you think you done did enough damage? Don't you think you done did enough to us of trying to use us? And we so I want to cuss so bad. I wish I could cuss so bad. But like, black people are so, and when it comes to other races, we willing to give our arm, leg, and a soul until it's ours. If it's ours, they hit a wall, and
You
we looking at them crazy. But when it come to them, it's like because of that slave mentality. I mean, it's like a no win. I can't get down like that. Your fight is your fight. I'm in the business of minding my business. You go on and do your little fight. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not taking part of it. You can talk bad about me or whatever. F you and your mama too.
you got to, even that they want you to join they fight and everything, and it screw up the relationship. Everybody knew they rolled in places. Yeah, the black man did things he had no business, but at the same time, he took care of home.
Yeah.
You still have those that didn't. We didn't need a license for to be married to somebody
Yeah.
back in the day. Now you need a license. You got to go through this. You got to do that. Now, anytime you have a license, you form a type of business. All this woman live feminist and thing, and nobody know who is what or anything now. You know? And I'm saying it, I stake behind it. Barely anybody know what they is.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
And
Amen.
there it goes. And
Right.
dealing with the black woman, yes, you have. So have the black man. The difference between the white woman and the black woman always had to end up by herself.
Yeah.
So she got a different attitude. Black man's. If you going through the trauma what she going through, even that you went through the trauma, getting your butt kicked and everything, but she's after you get your butt kicked and sit in the grave, buried 6 foot deep, she's still there by herself, dealing with whatever that happened.
Bestie, what you mean they know who they are? You talking about black women know who they are? Okay. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just sad. I feel like black people are the bomb. They feel like they the bomb. I don't have no problem with what they think about themselves or what they do with themselves. But it's like you got to cross over and you want to take over. And I don't even know if anybody noticed. And I've said this before. I had a conversation with another friend about how our music has changed. When you think about the R&B sound of today, look at it versus yesterday, and then go look at their music and how their music is slowly turning to like that's gonna be the new R&B. If you don't believe me, I've been watching it for the last couple of years, well, a decade almost. And because I love music, I might not remember who did what and what the year was made or all that stuff, but I am a person of music, and I watch things like that. I'm looking at the weird stuff per se, and and a lot of people they don't see that. They don't, because what you think you call an R&B will never be what R&B really is. You give me the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, but all this rest of this stuff, y'all can have it. I'm glad that there's some stuff that slip up in there. That's why you have to listen to the independent artists. You're not gonna get what we used to, what we call that baby making music.
Now you got cheating music.
Exactly.
Cheating.
Exactly.
R&B have turned to cheating music.
What's that song? And I mean, it's a good beat, but side piece, come on now. The clean,
Yeah,
I mean, really?
even the side piece don't even know her place back anymore. It have went to the quiet. Now he cheated on us. You got one era. Now she cheated on us since you want to went there in the music. Now she cheated on us. He cheated on us.
Uh-huh.
And now you married and she wants your house. Going to kick you out. I'm the wife now. Yep. So she taking over the household.
Because she want what you got.
Right. But I don't want him full time.
But then you got those that are side pieces. That's funny to me. If the dude decide he wanted her over his wife, she tell him, stay where you at.
Hey.
Yes, he's Bessie said that side piece is the Mississippi them. Are you talking about their national anthem? Probably so. Yeah, it is. My brother, the DJ, he plays that because that's what they want to hear. So it's a thing. It's a thing out there.
Yeah.
So, women got side pieces too. They got the clean. Yeah. They got a new version of the clean up woman. So it's funny to me.
I don't know what's worse: a man being called a simp or a trick.
I think, I've said something to a couple of guys back a long time ago, and I called them community. When you I'm talking about, I've never seen a dark skinned man turn red. Because you for the community, And I mean, it is what it is, but the thing is, it's not that many in my head. It's not that many, but we make, if it's one, Bessie said worse is simp. We're gonna talk about it. We gotta talk. We're gonna talk about that, Bessie. We got a topic coming up next month about that, and we're gonna break that down.
Simp, I want to break it on down. Is you a simp or a trick?
The difference in a simp and a trick.
Yeah, you got a simp, a trick, a community, and they got one for called side work related man.
Oh no, work husband, work wife. That's what they're called. Yeah. That's, to me, sometimes people, they take those things out of context. But I remember this was funny to me. It's this lady on TikTok, y'all. I'm always going on TikTok because it's such, when I tell y'all it's a wealth of information and shenanigans, it's a wealth of information and shenanigans. And this lady was, because the men said that they wanted their women to be more like their grandmas. So when she said that, and they said that because of the conversation they were having on the live, people start coming out the woodwork. This woman has wrote 3 books based off of things that men and women have told her about their grandmama. One grandmama didn't tolerate her husband doing. That man still missing. They don't know where he is. They don't know. He's just missing. And then you got one that his side piece. He brought his side piece into the club, and his wife was there. He was with her. His wife didn't say anything. She just doing her thing. She kicking it with her sisters, and he went and kissed his wife. And when he went to the bathroom, the side piece, I guess she thought she was something. I guess this is when the transition was coming in, the way you thought that you could have the right to say something. Mm-hmm. And she was like, he coming home with me. And she was like, okay, well, whatever. And so she started egging her on. Her sister wanted to fight her. And she was like, no, let alone. And she said, no, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. We're gonna handle this because I'm telling you, he gonna be mine, all mine. And she was like, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Go know your place. And so she wouldn't stop. The lady done pulled the little hair out the ponytail, and she done wrap and put it in a ball. And she and she mollywopped her all across that club. Husband standing over to the side watching. Ain't said a word. And when the wife got through mollywopping her across the place and they told her to go, whatever, and she was steady, yipping, he came, he told her, you go home. He said, I'm done with you. And he sat down with his wife, finished his evening, and him and his wife went home.
Mm.
And you say you want them type, and this was somebody's grandmama now that they was telling the story about. You don't understand. And then you got men who have woken up to hot grease or hot grits being thrown on them because they came home and thought they were going to whoop her. This is what you want. I think we're a lot more timid than our grandmamas used to be.
There would be a decrease of personnel on this earth if we had a grandma.
No, it was not in Shelby, Mississippi. I'm going to send you the link to this girl once I find it, Bestie. But she
There,
has a wealth of information, I mean, of different stories of how women have been done. And they was even talking about one girl's mother who got involved because her husband beat her. He missing too. They just said he left. And then, the grandmama had some other land. And they said it was when they went out there, they was supposed to be building a house, and she told them she wasn't giving them that. And they was asking what had been dug up over there. And she said, mind your business. And they didn't say, they didn't ask her. But she wouldn't let nobody build. I'm tempted to ask, is he down in there?
and that's a possibility.
But it's funny to me, how, we take things and we say it, and this is what you want. Don't say what you want. If you thinking this is what you want because grandma's sitting up there, being all lovey-dovey and loving on you as a grandma's supposed to do with her grandbabies, you don't know the backstory. You never know where somebody came from unless you got the people. If you're from Mississippi, then everybody and their mama talking about you, and then the backstory to it. But if other than that, if ain't nobody opening their mouth, you'll never know the backstory of how your grandmama was a triple OG or your granddaddy was a triple OG. I know Black women whose husbands slapped the crap out of them and they pulled the gun and shot at them and wasn't trying to miss.
Yep.
What you shaking your head for, Lord?
Back in the day, they didn't take no mess, did they?
No,
they were down point.
They stayed together. They knew that they had to work on it. They, I don't think it should have went to that extreme. I'm not all that.
But where are we at now? Where are we at now? We need to bring them things back. Some of that stuff need to be coming back.
They took care of home and they had other families. They made a way out of no way to do what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. What I don't think is a good human nature, but people
sometimes it take that, girl. Sometimes it take it. Sometimes take the old stuff to come back, because this word with it now is totally different. Totally different.
Yeah.
Well, you're in an age point. You get to an age point, and think about it. You came from your community, wherever your community. You bred into another community, and as time goes along, you move from the original community how you're brought up, and as it travels through time, through generation, that community that is slowly going away, and you having what they is falling is a different type of community. So you have man's not being man's, not stand. I want to say, not having a back of a man, not standing up like he's supposed to, and want to work on the tone, his voice tone. A man got a bass voice. I know my voice don't have that much bass. It have bass in it, but at the same time that it depends on how you talking to that woman. Yeah, sometimes you can talk real softly and everything, but regular tone is that it's not a language. It's not a tone of trying to be as a woman. It's not all nurturing and stuff. You understand what I'm saying, people out there? It's not a it's a particular his voice is a voice of reasoning, not off of feelings.
Because men don't
Right. So
thrive.
I don't
Most of them don't thrive off emotions. They are
cry.
fixers. They want to fix the problem. They want it to go away, and that's what they do.
And that's his nature. Part of
Yeah.
his nature, a lot of man's nature that have that capacity to do that. But before you can have that capacity, dang, learn something. Pick up a book or something. Instead of I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say this. Huh?
Being scatterbrained.
I want to say scatterbrain. Stop spending your time on page 31 of Jack magazine.
Where the beauty, back in the day, I loved the picture of the beauty model on page 30. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
How many has that mindset that's what they,
That's all they matter. Not educating, and you can't improve your community if you ain't educating yourself.
Gotcha.
And you want to support your black woman, but you're going to have to educate yourselves. Stop falling in the trap that education don't matter. It does matter. If I don't educate myself, I fall in the same thing over and over and over again. And that's the same trap that it happens. Social media is the same trap what they've been laying down from the start. It just changed. That's all. Jack Magazine, page 31, turn to the internet, Jack Magazine, 31.
Yep. But I think that with the conflict that's going on, when we try to come to a solution. That's why we talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right, brother? So
yes.
Our thing is with this kind of conflict that's going on, I really feel like it's just simple, because even though I said I wasn't gonna do a poll, but I did, and then I'm like, because this is just a real life poll, because it was about 1,400 people between the age of 18 and 54 that said that they overall believe the media has the power and ability to influence society, and they accept it. 77% reported that they believe the way Black America is portrayed is what is in real life America, is what they show them. Are you serious? Do we walk around with big bango earrings and hair color looking like the girls in BAP? Do we? Do we really? Do the men walk around here? Do all men walk around here with their pants baggy?
No.
Down to their knees? No, down to their feet. Do they? This is the stereotype that you believe, or you think all men is trash. You think all women is gold diggers. But the one thing that irritates me, you get mad when a woman decides, because she focuses on her career, because she wants a better life, and it's things that she wants, and everybody made, not just Black men, is everybody. Even Black women shaming Black women because she was able to make it and get a better life. And it's sad. Instead of you celebrating, you get mad and you talk bad about her. That's sad. She knew what she wanted. No, but they are going off music and videos. Yep, they are going off music and video. You hit it on the money. And movies. And even in China and other places, these people walking around here with braids. Can you imagine? They wearing braids and afros. The girl on TikTok showed a picture, and I was just done. I said, y'all look weird to me. That's not your culture. That's ours. We rock that. We flow that. You got men over there rocking afros. How you get that slick hair, that straw hair to do that?
We splits it.
No, I'm not talking about our hair. I'm talking about their hair.
Them too.
It's sad, but then you look at us and you just think that we all just horrible, and we're not. I think we're the most beautiful creatures and caring and giving. Sometimes we give too much to others, to other races, and we don't even give enough to our own. That's the problem. It starts with one.
We basically lost that part.
Yeah.
Love and caring part, and being one with nature, one with the natural, the cycle of nature itself, in in being unified with it.
Mm-hmm. But how do we get that unification when you got? I guess you have to just change your circle, because some people, they don't get it, and they really thrive off what's being portrayed.
Well, you got some people who love shock videos, toxic.
Yeah.
You have those that love that, but it's all depends on your social, how you your social being of your community. Until you start changing your, as you say, your social community, and teaching and educating them, and come to an agreement that, and gaining the understandable of the other people's boundaries. If you don't fit, don't try to fit. If it don't fit, don't force it. It sounds like a song. It is a song.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So we trying to fit. So why? Otherwise, we need to get to know us, not from their viewpoint. Close up their book and open up your own book,
Mm-hmm.
and start discovering about your history. Not American history. Your history go way further than that. Than starting in 1786 or 1646, or when they start coming over here, when they start coming over here. Your history go further than that. You got Black history. It's fine to talk about Mari Gari and all of them, but you got history go further than that.
Mm-hmm.
But you stop right there. And that's the only part you want to deal with, because they, society, have taught you that. I came here to this region and was totally embarrassed amount of Black history where they claim Black history.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing that you pick a couple people and said, now you know Black history. No, you don't.
You don't.
You practically can't do anything. If you move the history of Black people to true history, where will the world be at today? Not just the United States. Where would the world be today?
Because we everywhere. Can't hear you, Alois. Can't hear
Your
you.
voice.
She forgot.
I said, yes, we are everywhere, all over the world, the country. We are all over this place. We're the four corner of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
we should know.
Yeah. And we have made big things, but we just don't get the credit for it.
That's right.
And why are we okay with that?
I'm not okay with that.
No, I'm saying, as a whole, why is it that they take, you have like a lot of, let's use content creators that's out here creating beautiful pieces or creating beautiful music, and they'll come in, steal it, and roll with it, and we okay with it. When are we gonna start shutting that shit down?
We got to start shutting this stuff down because it's getting so that you can't do
Yes,
anything.
yes. Where is it gonna stand?
If you're gonna use somebody's platform, learn how to protect yourself.
Yeah,
If you matter of fact, if you use anybody platform, you need to learn how to protect yourself.
yeah.
You need to learn your rights. The little what we have they allow us to operate in.
Right.
You don't regardless if you the 10% man in the 10% row, they'll put you right back in check too.
You know what I wish? I wish that just like how the black women and black men, because they didn't break the algorithm, but they came together as a whole and they started doing the same thing. And they also is trying to work together to do it together, but it's not enough. It's like when you're trying to do something together as black women and black men, there's a rumble in the Bronx per se. But I just feel like if we can do that on a platform like that, why can't we do it in real life? A real reality.
The
Why
thing,
is it so hard when communication it can be a struggle because I can honestly say I sometimes struggle with communicating or expressing my feelings, but at the same time it has to be communicated.
it got to be communicated, but in a sense, it should be a communication of anger.
Right.
But if you look over the history, try back all the things that happened to us lately in response was out of anger.
Yeah.
Out of anger. We fed up, I'm tired of, I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of it. And that anger and that emotion and everything, and after that anger is gone, we is gone
Right.
as a community.
And that's what they want. They want us to do that.
Hmm.
That's the main goal is getting that angry situation. Until we remove that anger, yeah.
Some of us, you may, yeah, at the same time, that should not be your motive. You have a solution, come up with a solution, it should be able to move along. Even if we come together in small patches, in a small cell, in another 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 cell, those cells will start touching each other.
Hmm.
So they taught me, I learned that things have to start at home. And it start at home that we must start teaching our kids how to treat each other.
And
And
not just our kids. We got to learn to. Some people have to learn how to treat each other.
and
Bessie said because anger get you listened to. Yeah, you're right. It do,
yeah,
but it shouldn't take
It
all
start
that.
from us. Yeah, it start from us too. We gotta put ourselves back in the situation and get the anger out of us how to unite ourselves so we can be together and get the family on the track the way they should be. It has to start with us.
and reason I'm saying the way I'm saying that it's the same technique as how they infiltrate different parts of the country with religion, especially with Christianity.
Hmm.
It goes in and they goes after the kids. We have to go after our kids and educate them of our past. Our past is history. This is how it going now. This how it was before, and teach them the absolute truth of it instead of using word games. As I see more and more of the word games, it
Yep.
wasn't no free. They didn't come over here on a yacht. They didn't come over here on a cruise line. They didn't come over here in a fancy airplane. If they had an airplane, they didn't come that way. They came here in the bottom of a boat. And you teaching some of the kids they were indentured servants. They were slaves. You had those group of people that were slaves. even that you had, and then you have them enslaving others that was already here. So you got to know the great tribute that we had. That you had the Moors that was here. You had the people that helped the Revolution War. You have the knowing the difference in the United States, the first United States president versus the president of America. That's two different countries, entity of America. You got American history and you have a United States history. They totally different. Two periods of time. You're going to have to learn your past, or you're going to do it over in a different form. And the reason I'm saying that, they will infiltrate with religion towards the kids, and those kids grows up. The parents want to take it. Can he, little Johnny or Bobby, come over and stuff? And we teach them to follow them. And as he followed this white man or white woman, follow them. And they change and start beginning mimicking. Then as they grow up, now you can get to try because those kids that grow up. So that's what I'm saying. If we start beginning to teach our kids how to treat each other, or where they actually came from, what our people came through, why our women and men is acting a particular way, she got to act that way. She didn't have that aptitude of that time period where y'all want to say indentured servant or slavery. She didn't have that. When you said we were free, she wasn't free. She had to watch her back. She didn't know if her husband going to come home or not. Half the time she got to do everything on her own because her man is dead because she killed her fifth husband. Not her first husband, second, fifth, down to the fifth. You got a movie out that Caesar Tyson plays. If you want to look at it, how many husbands got hung and killed on there? This is our history. And you want to understand why the black woman act the way she act? Because the black man had a short lifespan. If you keep on killing us and now we killing each other faster than that, now she got to act and portray a particular way. She happened to be able to be in a relationship to be a woman for a change. I don't know a woman don't want to be a woman. I don't care if she's making seven figures. A seven-figure woman want to be a woman. She may not need you in the way in the capacity of what you think you need, but she still want to be in a relationship and she still want to be a man. Not a man, but a woman.
And whether she making seven figures, six figures, or even only making $30,000 a year, a woman wants to be a woman. She's not always looking for a meal ticket. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about the money. You know, it's about the protection. It's about the security that they feel. It's about the providing on a whole nother level. Bessie also said, but now they try to mimic us. Of course they do, but they won't mimic our burdens. They won't mimic. They don't want to mimic the getting out there and you driving down the street and your house around the corner and they stopping you and killing you. They don't want to mimic that. They don't want to mimic in a restaurant and somebody saying you hurting them and you ain't touched them. You just looked at them. They don't want that. They don't want none of the burdens. But they want to mimic us in all the other ways.
Correct.
You know, and that's just the way that they are. And they shouldn't, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't. You look, this is the thing. You had a whole decades, centuries, whatever dynasty time of being who you are, being what you are. Why are you coming over here? Because we make it look so simple, because we make it look so easy. There ain't nothing easy about being black. Nothing. And if you want to be this way, you need the burdens, the strife, the pain, the anguish. You need all of that along with it. And I pray you get it. I pray you get it. Since you want to be over here, come on, walk on the outside. Let's see if you can handle it. Let's see if you can handle it. Trust. You can't. You ain't built. We are. We've been doing this for centuries. We built for this. You'll never be us. Never. Yes, I'm a woman, but I'm a black woman first because that's what you see first. It's black. I ain't gonna never say I'm a woman. I am a black woman first. I'm black first. When I came out the womb, I was black. Then I was identified as a girl. So understand that. You was a girl when you came out. They didn't see skin color, but when we come out, they saw skin color. They did. They saw skin color. So, but it's still a beautiful thing. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. Nothing in the world. Because what doesn't make us weak make us strong.
Mm-hmm.
And we are the ones with the brilliant minds.
Yeah.
We built this. All of it. And still building. In every career, every field, everything. We outdo you in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even in lacrosse. Yep. So it is what it is. Black people, we got to do better. We shouldn't be having all these conflicts like this. We shouldn't allow social media and other people, especially those who try to portray us in a bad light that is us. We should put them on an island and and make sure the island is not sinkered down, but float away to the Bermuda Triangle. Float away. Because you're not for your own. And if you can't be for your own, you need to get gone. Oh, that need to be a shirt. I was laughing at me. Bessie said it would be easier to blacks if we didn't beat or kill or put us down. True, 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 true. Yeah. And it starts with us. It starts with us. We're supposed to uplift each other. If you can uplift them, you can uplift your own because they'll never uplift you. They'll make you feel good for the moment, but they'll never uplift you the way that a black man uplift his wife or his woman, then the vice versa. A black woman uplifting, and they hate that. They hate that. We are vibes. He also said, or cheat each other in business. Oh Lord.
Yes, that's another
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, that's another topic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's particular for him. But it's not the majority. And see,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we got to get out of to think that it's the majority when it's not. Yes, we do have those, and we end up getting in the situation with them, but learn from it. And
Mm-hmm.
we have to just move from that. I'm not even saying because they don't do it. We got to take a little bit out their book. When it comes to ours, we correct our own, not shun them, make them look bad, and try to destroy them. We correct our own, and if they don't look like they can be correct, let them stay out on their own. They'll learn. Got to learn the hard way. It's a choice. If we trying to help you build and you being a stinky butt about it, then you stay over there and be a stinky butt. If you don't want to correct and do right by your own. So, Alois, what's your 2 cents of solution about this conflict that we have and that the media and platforms are putting on us and people are running wild with it?
We as black people, we need to go back and read our history.
Mhm.
Cause we are in control. We are the first people that was on this earth. So we need to go back and read our history and take care of your home. Learn about your history. And don't judge a book by its cover because you got these people out here think they know us, but they don't know us. We have to come together and know ourselves and do our own history on ourselves. That means go back and read because we was on this earth a long, long time. So we need to reconnect ourselves back into our history and for our family. We got this our young generation coming up now don't know nothing about our history, our generation. So we need to renew their mind and open their eyes so they can see things clear to where we come from, where our ancestors come from. So that's my 2 cents.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Logan,
My 2 cents. Boy, I'm looking at the
you
time.
need $1.
You
You
need a
need a
I
dollar.
dollar.
do. I need more than $1.
Oh Lord. Come
Yeah,
on with it. Go on, give it to him. You ain't got to do 2 cents. Go on, give
that's
it to him.
right.
I want you to do the 2 cents until a house cannot stand
Mm-hmm.
if it's separated. It got a divided house cannot stand. We got to come together. We got to do better and bring an understanding and educate ourselves of what's going on around us. We waste more time, more money on other things, of building up other things than working on ourselves. We need more business.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean a chicken shack. I don't mean a Burger King shack, a Burger
Mm-hmm.
Shack. We don't need another McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We need corporations.
Yes.
We need our banks. We need our hospital. We
Mm.
need our doctors. We need more sense. And I want to leave it right there.
Yeah, we do
Way to
need
go,
more
baby.
sense.
Man.
Landing your plane.
I'm landing my plane
Mm-hmm.
because they're about to take off on before it. I don't want to go to Cape Canaveral, but I want to have to land the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, we all know that studies in history has proven that Black men and women have experienced a form of hate and inhumane that has came over into us doing it to ourselves, doing it to the ones that we supposed to love. Black love was the thing that was a powerful, well, it's still a powerful thing when it once you get hold of it. That it was powerful for the fact that we knew how to embrace each other, even hold someone down, hold them accountable for actions that what they did toward each other. It was a community. Black people community was the power structure of the towns. Even if you stayed in the majority of a white town, it was still the power of a town for the Black people who was in that town. If you we all know this. If you went down the street or went 3 blocks over and you did something over there, you got chastised over there. And before you got home, mama and daddy was sitting out there waiting on you
Mm-hmm.
because they knew what was going on. Before I finish, Pet said her 2 cents is we need to know our past so that we never repeat it. Learn from it so that you can change your future. That is true. You can. That's Patronella's 2 cents. Um, with the negative roles that's being portrayed in black people in black communities today, um, and how we are identified through the social media experience, we got to get that change. I always say it starts with one, and if one is working, then somebody else see it, then they'll join, and then that's to me is the solution. As long as you have a roadmap, whether they're a man or a woman, if you have a roadmap and the foundation that you set, and when you come together as a collective, you can build a community that can build. And we what the thing is, we can't let nobody stop it. I think that black people are in fear because of what happened in the past. Even like on TikTok, how things are going over there now with the people trying to come to, well, not trying, they are coming together as a unified front to help each other as black people. They don't want that. They're telling you up front they don't want that. And they use all their little gaslighting tricks to try to make you feel bad. Don't feel bad about what you're trying to do for your own. You're supposed to take care of your own. Nobody else. but your own. You supposed to do that first. And when you got everybody taken care of, because it's a lot of us. That's the one thing my dad always told me, and it's not being a racist or whatever, but my daddy told me it's too many black men of array of a color for you to be going out there trying to search outside of your own. When you done taste the rainbow of all colors, come back and talk to me and then we'll see. I hadn't even scratched the surface. I'm not trying to. But
I ain't trying to stretch no man, but I haven't seen every lovely cover of a woman.
Right. And I feel the same way. It's just that. And yeah, we got some bad apples. We do. But why are we concentrating on them?
Amen.
We shouldn't concentrate on that. We should be concentrating if Shaquika ain't getting with the program, leave Shaquika where she at and come back later and see if she's ready. If she ain't, leave her where she at. Because as my bestie tends to tell me all the time, everybody can't go with you. I'm understanding that, but I really do want everybody to come with me, but I'm not gonna take somebody that's gonna destroy me.
Amen.
Just remember the last part of Who Moved My Cheese.
Yes.
I know.
That's
Him got left. Him got left.
Yeah.
No matter how
he got left.
he got left. No matter how bad he wanted to leave the trail and everything, but only a person can't come with you if they don't want to come.
That's right.
Because when their mind is closed like that, and if you succumb to that, you think about how long took Hard to get his aha moment and to go, because he didn't want to leave him behind. Him had to be left behind.
He had to.
And people at the table. I know we at the table right now and virtually that we have to watch as well as pray.
There you go. Say it again.
Watch as well as pray. Faith where our works are dead. I know they scriptures and stuff, but if you ain't got no faith, you ain't gonna do no work. And you don't work if you ain't got no faith. So
and if you don't work, you don't eat.
And
you don't eat. So if Ray and Pookie want to be with Shuika, Labuka, or whatever you are, let them be.
Exactly.
Because I'm not a Ray or Pookie. I'm just me. So you can't put me in the category of Ray or Pookie. I'm either Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Gee whiz, I got to go through the alphabet, the Greek alphabets. If they keep on going, they're going to have the whole Greek alphabets.
Right.
We are none of that. And long as you keep on trying to put each other in the category, you failing yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what they doing. I said I was going to land my plane.
It's okay.
I have an show.
Right.
After the talk show, there is, and I know people have problems with the different social media, with the relationship. If you own those social media platforms, you must have a problem. If you're going after because how each one is geared towards a particular group of people. You may be fine in the Steve Harvey group. And you like how Steve Harvey talked to you. But by George, don't go over there to Steve. What his name?
Kevin Samuels.
Well, don't go over there, Kevin Samuels, and think Kevin Samuels going to talk to you like Steve Harvey is. Two different things and two different platforms and geared for at two different points. They both relationships, but you got to understand the relationship problem which you have, and while you're seeking your approval, you got to understand that sometimes the person that got the problem is the person in the mirror. Yeah. So you got to first start beginning to look at yourself of what are you doing for you and your community.
Yep. Because the only way you're gonna resolve that is to do just that. You can't go to what I don't care if they black, white, yellow, green, purple. You can't go to them and think that they're gonna have a solution. A man can't tell a woman how to be a woman, but a man can tell a woman how he want her to be for him.
Mhm.
Right.
Vice versa. You can't. You can give clues. You want them to dress a certain type of way, or you want a certain type of thing out of them, and it's up to them if they decide. If they are uncomfortable
Mhm.
with it, be okay with it. Don't get mad. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's the problem with us. We get mad because somebody stand on their opinion because you don't understand.
Right. Don't go
And
and try to get a hoochie mama and think you're going to have a queen that you could take in a high.
you can't take a hoochie mama to the gala.
Yeah.
That's right. Take it to the club, but not the gala.
Okay? The trap house. But
In the
no,
trap house, you can take it to all them places.
yeah.
But
Oh,
Unless she's a
you want it
chameleon.
right. You could take those people. I can't take Ray Ray. I can't take Ray Ray and Bo to my board meeting where I got at 8 o'clock in the morning and to sit down and have a decent conversation about the world affairs and where he's talking about and when I'm talking about that we in the red, we in the red right here and need to be in the black, and he get offended because we need to get this in the black, and he thinking I'm talking about him, and I'm talking about the figures that I'm trying to get out of the red. I don't need that.
Hmm. And then
So
that's where the education comes into play.
that's where the education will come in place.
Hmm.
That's why I said education means a lot. We've been hoodwinked. We've been hoodwinked. We've been in planet Plymouth Rock landed on us. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. It landed on us. It knocked the hell out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said hell.
mhm.
Ain't
It
nobody
knocked
bothering.
the hell out of us.
Yeah.
And we still, some of us is just waking up.
Yeah.
We've been in a bad part about getting the hell knocked out of us. We should have not be no 50, 60, 70 years old and 80 years old waking up.
Yeah.
We should, when we was kids, we should have been woke up from the things that was occurring around us where we moved much faster. And then letting other cultures move ahead of us like they doing.
The one thing that you can bring back, time stops for no man. And if you don't get with the times, then you lose out. You
Mm-hmm.
don't never want to lose out. My dad is 80 years old and he gets on a computer or a tablet, whatever, and he does it just as better than everybody else. You see what I'm saying? You never let your mind, you don't deteriorate your life. You enhance your life. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. You
That
know.
that is true. And let the people know that is out there. The show is after this is after the show. After the show talk.
Oh yeah.
And we
We do a
just
lot of after the show talk.
and we
Yeah.
just haven't we just haven't cut it off. But it's high time that we get our stuff in the mood. I can't say the word I need to be saying
We got to get in
because I
order.
have to be quote unquote social political right because I'm on other people's platforms.
Hmm.
So there's only certain things we can say. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're fine.
I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm sorry that I can't say that us as a people are doing bad. I'm sorry to say that we ain't working to get together. We actually is. I'm sorry to let you know that. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that we learning how to respect ourselves better.
and
I'm sorry to say that we educating ourselves. I'm sorry to say
you got a lot of stories over there.
Yep.
But you
We
know what? The
learning
one
how to
thing,
take advantage of the
right?
things that we have. I'm sorry to say that I no longer listen to everything that people say anymore. I'm sorry to say
Exactly.
that that us that is woken, we ain't planning to go back to sleep.
No, we're not. And
I'm
the
sorry to say we no longer the Walking Dead.
yeah, no,
Sorry to say we're not the Walking Dead. And you have to be in that's another conversation
it
elsewhere.
is. I'm like, why are you bringing it up? But
Yeah.
okay.
Things to come.
Yep. But
So
understand this: we unify and we relate and we overcome. That's what we're supposed to do as a community, and we got to do that. So, y'all, we're in a debate, and maybe y'all can help us. We're trying to come up with a name for the people that's on the stream watching us, and those, and we do appreciate everyone's comments that come in and comment and stuff. But I wanted to call y'all table talkers. But if you can come up with a different name, let me know. And don't forget, we have a giveaway that's coming out on the 28th at our Set the Intentions, Gain the Solution vision board party. Those who are in Atlanta, you're welcome to come. There is a $10 fee for the supplies, because of the supplies that we're getting. Um, and then to let you know, we have two beautiful young women who are sponsoring the refreshment. We have Della Rose cinnamon rolls that will be bringing us those
That's
gourmet
me.
cinnamon
That's
rolls.
me.
And, yep, that's our Lois. And then we have Liz Galore brand, who will be making the other refreshments. And I really appreciate these two ladies teaming up and doing this for us. So even with that being said, come out if you're here. If not, get on the stream, get your supplies. If you need a list of things to get, let me know or Google it. Point blank. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Um, Eddie Griffin said it best, and this pertains to all of us as a black people of a whole in the community. The deadliest black person, he said black men, but especially black men and women are the deadliest when they got a book in their hand. They fear that. I've watched it literally because when I'm not with the ladies and I go to the thrift stores, I like to walk around and look at the books. Sometimes I look at the books when I'm with them when we going thrifting, but the majority of the time I like going by myself and I'm watching the books. And I've had on several occasions white men come up, "What you looking for?" None of your damn business what I'm looking for. I'm just looking, you know. But he said it best. We're the dangerous because you don't see a lot of us getting books, so it's not going to hurt you. There's several books that you can get, self-help books you can get. We're going to have some book things coming up soon, because we still got to talk about this book called Boundaries. So if you haven't gotten the book Boundaries, let me know and I'll send you the link. The book is on Amazon. It's a great book. They even got one for Boundaries of Dating. I bought the book, just hadn't read that one because I read the other one. Um, so with that being said, we're here every Wednesday at 7 Eastern Standard Time, 6 Central. Next week, because of the event coming up on that Saturday from 11 to 1, we will be talking about the vision board. I'm just gonna tell you why it don't work. So, and that's a topic in itself because we gotta understand, sometimes we can be lazy. You put something down there and it's like a dream and stuff, and you ain't working it. Oh, and yeah, by the way, anybody who wants to collab with me and buy an island, hey, I'm down. I'm down. I really want an island, and I'm willing to take on partners who want to do it. They got some great land out there in the Bahamas, so I'm just telling you, and we can make this work. We get all the money together and go out there and make a resort or whatever, But I think we need an island. I think we do. We need an escape sometime. So
mm-hmm.
just putting that out there. I speak things in existence, and I'm gonna say it's gonna come quicker than we know. So you better get on board. So even with that being said, because we're going to set the intent and we're going to gain the solution and it's going to come to pass. So with that even being said, uh, always remember, especially you table talkers, that love yourself enough to leave the table when respect is no longer being served because it's right there in your face and you hadn't left that table. And
Yes.
when they are blatantly, other races are blatantly disrespectful, you ain't got to sit at that table with them because you don't want you. You're going to have food poison, not indigestion. You're going to have food poison. So that's what I'm going to leave y'all with. And I bid you all good night.